welcome back to the channel. Oh my goodness, I have been on vacation for a couple of weeks. I'm back in the saddle. So this is my first piece since I've been back. It is going to be a men's piece, and I'm making it out of Chilean turquoise. So, let's go get started. Okay, we are about to get started on this project. This project will not be in my store as it is a commission piece for someone, but I still thought I would go ahead and film what I was doing. This right here is turquoise, and it is a barrel cut. It's Chilean turquoise from Chile, or Chile for those of you who are in a different part of the country. But it is a stunning cut on this. I just love it. And this is going to be a necklace for a man. And so I am going to try to keep it as simple as possible and as clean as possible and unfussy. Because the turquoise was so expensive, I had a dialogue with my client, and I thought I would save them some money. Instead of adding sterling silver, we're going to add the hematite stone that's been reconstituted and brought back into a different color. And so what I'm going to do with this is I'm adding these little tiny square 4mm, and look at these little guys. I use these little guys in another video. When I first started my channel, it was a demorterite stone, I believe, or I think it was demorterite anyway. And I used these little tiny square 4mm hematite stones in it. And I'm going to use them as well in this today because I think it will be masculine looking, and it will allow the turquoise to shine instead of overpower it with other beads. So it's just going to be a little sliver of light in between each piece. Then instead of adding a lot of silver to the back of it, this is also hematite, and this one is a 5 to 6mm stone, and it's going to replace my sterling silver finishing beads. Aren't these beautiful? Oh my goodness, I'm just thrilled. And then we're going to put a sterling silver dipped clasp on it and an S clasp because it is for a guy and they like things easy. And I had a lobster claw clasp, but I thought this would be easier for him, and it's a little sleek look. So I'm going to use this instead. So I have cut his cost tremendously. And I'm sure he's appreciative of it. And we're going to get started on this piece. I'll be right back. All right. So he requested a 22-inch single strand necklace. He's taller and he's a little thicker. So he said, I want something that's not going to fit too tight. So he requested 22-inch. So I've got my beading wire here of a 22-inch right here. Oh, look at what I did. I measured out for 22 inches. Obviously, I have my stones here. I'm just, they're just flying all over the place. Anyway, so I've got my stones. I've got my finishing beads here, my accent beads that I'm going to use through the middle, my clasp here that we talked about earlier. And remember, you need a couple of crimps and crimp covers. Remember your crimp covers. Yes, I know I say that every time, but I cannot emphasize it more. All right, so the first thing I do when I'm doing something like this is this turquoise. Oh my goodness, you guys, look at this. I've taken it off. Hang on a minute, let me do this. I cut it so it'd be a little faster, but this turquoise has a lot of brown matrix in it, and look how beautiful. Oh my goodness, it just, oh, the brown matrix in turquoise is what makes my heart sing. And this piece, look at this. Oh my, look at that one right there. Yes. So what I usually do, because I listened to the request that he had, so I'm going to try to take as many of these stones, I'm going to sort them all out according to color gradient. Now, this takes some time. So, you don't have to do this at all. This is the way I do it because he wanted the bluest blue up front. So, that is what I'm going to do. So, I'm going to separate them out by color gradient. Like if I'm looking at the, let me get my light down here so I can see a little better. Okay, so if you're looking at these three right here, let me hold it up. If you're looking at these three right here, you can see there's a little variance in the color. Like this one right here is more green than these two. So I'm going to take him out and sit him over in the green pile, and I'll put these two in the blue-green pile, if that makes sense to you. Okay. So I'm going to continue to do that. And this one, actually, as I turn it, it's got more green on the other side. So I'm actually going to shift him and put him over here. So I'm going to go through all of these beads. I'm going to sort them out by color gradient. I'm going to put the clearest beads in the front of the necklace, which means less brown matrix. So I'm going to put the clearest beads in the front and work my way around here. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll come back because I don't want to bore you with my sorting. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, I have sorted out the first grouping that I'm going to be stringing. And as you can see, I've got 4 piles here going. These were the darkest ones. These were the next darkest grouping and had a little more green in it. Then this one was lighter, and then these were the lightest in color. So they're going to be the very front and center of the necklace. Some of these, as we get down here, start graduating into these colors, and that's fine. Totally okay. Color is interesting, though, because people see color according to the rods and cones in their eyes. So everybody's going to perceive color a little differently. Like some people will go, well, that looks green to me, more green. And some people will go, well, that looks more blue. So it just depends on the rods and cones in your personal eyes as to how you perceive the color. So what I've done here is I've got this laid out. I'm looking here now at the sizes. I'm going down through here. This one's kind of small right there. I'm going to pull him out, set him over here. And then this little guy is a little small, so I'm going to take him out and set him over here. And I think that's it right there. So I'm going to string this first grouping right here. And for those of you who like to watch that process, I will do that for you. So this is going to be the middle of the necklace. So we'll just start as typically as you would do. I'll start with a bead here. And then one of these little 4mm beads. This is the simplest process ever. It's nothing difficult. It's kind of therapeutic as you're beading along here. And I'll show you how this hematite really does help just put a little tiny sliver of light in each one of these. It kind of dresses up each piece. Oops, I put 2 on. Nope, don't do that, Shaw. Let's just stop, pull it off. I'm excited because this turquoise, y'all, a barrel cut is kind of expensive anyway, and the more cuts that you have in turquoise, the more expensive it becomes, it seems like. But this particular cut is just beautiful, and I love it. And it took me a while to find it. I was like, oh my goodness, and find it, not just find it, but just find it at a reasonable price was the other thing. Okay, so here's what this looks like as we're moving down the pike. Now, is that not just beautiful? Look how that square piece versus a round uh, piece in there. The square is what catches the light on it. Is that not just the most gorgeous? And it's not too overstated, it's not too bright. And I love that. I just love that. So I'm going to continue on here beading a little bit more, and we'll see where we land up. All right. So there's where we're headed. You can see right there is where we're headed. I am going to bead the rest of this strand right here, and then I'll get back with you. All right, we've got the center finished, and look how beautiful. Oh my goodness. Look at how stunning that is. It's just a little sliver of light in there, just makes it sparkle, but it's not overdone. Oh my goodness, it is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh wow, I'm just so excited. Okay, so next thing we're gonna do, we'll set this here. This is our next pile of stones, and we'll set this over here. We'll put these here, and then I'm going to sort them by color as well and size. I'm going to organize them here, and obviously the color gradient will go out probably from maybe more blue to green. Maybe more green to blue. I don't know. Let's just get working. All right, so these are about the same. These are about the same. And like I said earlier, your rods and cones in your eyes, and also the lighting that you're dealing with too, will affect the color um, as well. And for me, lighting has just not been one of those great things for me. I just can't seem to find lighting that really is fantastic. So I kind of struggle with that. But other than that, I think it's pretty good. These are about the same color right here. And this is just a process, and take your time doing it, because you don't want to get in a hurry doing anything when it comes to designing jewelry. You just don't want to get in a hurry doing anything. So please take your time. All right, this one's a little more green than that one, so we're going to put him over here. Yeah, all of these look pretty green. These look like they're a pretty good color there. Let me see. I may take that one out just because it's an oddball size. Put him over here. All right, this little guy maybe over here. Right there. Okay. Let's see here. All right, so we're going to pick up from this end. And I think I'm going to start. I'm looking at my color. I think I'm going to start here. So take him out just for safety precautions. Maybe that guy. And I'm dividing them one on each side. Just like that. And I'm going to turn them too, just to see if the matrix is okay on them. So we don't have too much of one thing on one side versus the other. All right, I'm splitting these out. All right, that's that section. I'm going to set these green ones right here because they are pretty green versus the rest of the, you can see the difference in the color. At least I can here. I don't know if you can on the video, but All right, so this is one side, this is the other. I'll take that and I'm gonna bead these on. Hopefully I'm in the camera. I'll try to be mindful. The last video, I think the last two videos, if I remember correctly, my microphone died on me and I had to do a voiceover on I think the last two videos I did. And when you're trying to remember what you said because your hands are moving and whatever, and you're going, what the heck am I talking about? Yes, technology, gotta love it. But anyway, so if it looks off, that would be why. uh, my husband says, "Oh, you can do it. You can do it. You can talk." I'm like, "Yeah, I probably can, but I don't know what I'm saying." Uh, it's a good thing I don't take myself too seriously. uh, Gotta have fun in life. If you don't have fun doing what you're doing, you might want to rethink why you're doing it. Just saying. All right, so I've got that little section on. Let me do this so that I don't lose anything if something rolls off the desk or whatever. Okay, I'm going to set this to the side. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sort these out just like I did before, and then I'll sort these out, and then I'll come back. All right, that task is done. And I think this will be the tail end of this, and we'll see actually how much of these we'll need. So I went from the brighter ones down to the darker green ones as I went down. So we're going to just bead one side and bead the other side. Nothing major. But I mean, I just have to stop. Look at these. Oh my goodness. Look at how the matrix is. Oh, wow. Look at that. Oh my gosh. It is just stunning. This Chilean turquoise is, almost as comparable to number 8, which I also have. And let me show you that. I cannot wait to do something with these. Oh my. The number 8 mine here in the US. I'm pulling these out here real quick. Look at these. Oh wow, look. The brown matrix in these. This is the number 8 mine out of the United States. And isn't that just stunning? Oh wow. And this is the Chilean turquoise here. And you can see the matrix in them. This one's more of a yellow brown, and the Chilean is more of a chocolate brown. So and this turquoise is darker than this. This is a lighter color. This is darker. But both stones are just as stunning. Can't help it. I love it. I just had to show y'all. It was a new find. Okay, let me get back on this real quick. Oh, ow, stop. No. Okay. All right. I am going to continue to bead here. All of this together. And then I will get back with you guys when I get all of these. Get on there, baby. Beaded. I'm not going to bore you with this. I think you've got the point. I'll be back in just a second. It would help if I'd turn on the microphone. Oh, my stars. Okay. But anyway, what I was saying earlier, was that I used, you could see the graduated color here coming down from the lighter all the way down here to the darker, and I kind of mixed some lighter pieces here on the end a little bit. But this is stunning. Oh my. Okay, so the finishing bead that I'm using, what I was saying earlier, is this is the hematite stone that I'm using that we looked at earlier. I love it. It's beautiful. It's versatile. It does help to curb cost if you're trying to help someone obtain a piece and you don't want to use sterling. So anyway, I'm putting my crimp on. Let me get my eyeballs down here where I can see. All right, finishing up. Crimp and fold. Make sure you fold the crimp. Got to fold the crimp. Oops. Hold on to it, Shaw. Hold on to it. Get it in the middle. I think I said this earlier on another video. This is always the harder part to do, is the folding part, crimp. All right, so what I'm going to do now is take this remainder and, like we always do, run it back through the top all the way down. And these are a little bit larger hole beads, so it'll be a little easier to do. Got to get it through that little square hematite piece because it's only a 4mm. It's tiny. And there we go. It's a rolling now. Pull that through like that. Run this through. And some of you may be wondering why I've got this odd bead right here in here. It's there for a reason. And I learned this from the Native community, Native American community here in my travels. And it is to remind me, the person making it, and get in there, baby. There it is. And the person who is going to be receiving it and wearing it, that the only perfect thing is the creator. So if you do look at Native American or American Indian jewelry very often, if you do and you see, or any kind of bead work that they do, if you see something odd in there, it's not because they ran out of beads. It's because they're making a statement. And I love it. I love the beauty of it. I love the meaning of it. And so I incorporate it into my own work as a reminder to me. So we're putting on our crimp cover very carefully and slowly. Turn it so I can get to it. I can tell I have been on vacation. Well, this is my first piece of work back from vacation. Make sure that it has no rough edges on it. We want it to get flat. Let me work on it just a little more right there. Okay, there's that side. Pull the tension down in it, but I don't want it so tight that it doesn't move. You don't want that. But you don't want a lot of slack either in between the beads. You want to make sure the beads are snug enough, but you don't want them so tight that they don't bend. I've only had one necklace that was like that, and that was the one I did with the black jasper, the men's black jasper. And the cut of the stones were so precise that it made it a little more difficult to curl without having space in there. So I had to work on that one for a minute or two, but it turned out beautiful. And you can see how much slack I had in there. See that right there? That's what you don't want. That's enough for another whole bead to go in there. All right, so where we're going to do on this side, I think I've got the tension down far enough. I'm going to put our crimp on and our other side of the clasp. I'm looking here to make sure my microphone light is still on after some, after me screwing up so many times a week or two ago. It was like, oh my gosh, Shaw, get your act together, chickadee. Oh, all right, and make sure you leave some space here for your clasp to move. You don't want it so tight that it can't breathe. All right, and we're going to run the remainder back down through. Still in the middle of the camera. Hallelujah. I love to watch the Medea movies. Hallelujah. I love a belly laugh at any point in time. I guess y'all figured that out by now. All right, a little bit more. Ooh, I hope I got this tension right. Looks like it might be a little loose, and if it is, I'll go back and tweak it. Hopefully not. Get in there, baby. Come on. There it goes. All right, pull it out this end. Got a little bit more. If you hear thunder in the background, it's because we are having a wonderful rainstorm here today. It's been storming here all day, but the thunder is just rolling. It's beautiful. All right, I'm going to put my crimp cover on very carefully and slowly. Close it up like so. Press it down. I hear a hawk out there too. Wow. All right, done. Oh my goodness, look at this. Let me clear off this desk. And here we go. This is Chilean turquoise with hematite. Look at that beautiful necklace. I am so excited about this. I am hoping that you guys did something fantastic, and I will see you on the next project. Bye.